I don't understand actors who are like, ugh, whatever, to like the
Right.
fans. Like, I love it because whenever I watch my, favorite show, or if I'm watching a movie, if there was an opportunity to like chat it up and like talk shit with the cast members
Yeah.
while watching, I would be like, hell yes, that'd be so much fun. And so like I like doing it too. I think it's so much fun just to hear what everyone has to say. It's very like it feels interactive, you
Mm.
know.
Yeah, yeah. And
And they've
also,
they've been so accepting.
yeah, exactly. And it's the people that are watching the shit, like they're making sure you still have a job. Why don't you want to appreciate
Exactly.
that? Welcome, everybody, to Casting for Two, the podcast, as always, hosted by me, yours truly, Chris. Welcome, everybody, to episode number 426. Amazing guests, amazing returning guests, I should say. But of course, message of the podcast that I will continue to do every episode until it has been fulfilled. And, we got a lot of work to do. Remember, if you're going to go out into the world and do your various errands and or shopping, or I guess that's an errand, wear a damn mask, all right? We're not out of the woods yet. I know I keep saying that, and I know people are getting vaccinated, and which is great. Keep getting vaccinated, first of all. But if you are in a situation where there's a lot of people and you feel uncomfortable, either stay home or wear a mask, wearing a mask helps not only you, but it helps me and everyone around us. And speaking of everyone around us, we all share this dang planet, so we should all get along and treat each other with respect, okay? At the end of the day, we're all humans, and it makes no sense to belittle somebody for the color of the skin, the status that they have in the world, or anything, like whatever whatever the reason is. Treat everybody with respect, kind and courteous to all, and wear a damn mask. My guest today is a phenomenal actress who I had on the podcast back in 2019, I believe. Justina Adorno is here, and she is currently can be seen on Mayans M.C., FX's Mayans M.C., that has its season finale this Tuesday, tomorrow. And Justina is such a phenomenal person. I was so excited to chat with her again. I'm just going to say she's phenomenal, lovely, beautiful, had a wonderful time. I'm done talking because I want to get in this episode, all right? So everybody sit back, relax, and Justina, take it away.
Hello.
Hello, Justina.
How are you?
I am doing well. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. It's a pretty day today in New York, but is it weird to say I don't want to go outside?
I mean, no, because of after everything that's been going on. I don't blame you.
I know. It's like conditioned my bad habit of really not wanting to go anywhere.
Yeah. I, I, I've had that condition long before the pandemic. I was just like, I don't want to do anything.
Exactly.
But then, it happens, and now I was right. We shouldn't do anything. If only people would listen to me.
Exactly. I'm a homebody. I'm like, y'all come to me. Like, come
Yeah.
to me. Everything's great here.
I have my own setup. Come on.
I
That,
have my own
that
I
was the
cat.
that was one of the things that always bugged me is that I always had my setup at home, whether it was my TV, my sound system, my movies, blah blah blah, whatever. And then I'd go to my
Mm,
friends who didn't have anything, and I'd be like, "Look, I love you. We can do more at my place. Let's go." Why do I
exactly.
got to go here?
Exactly. You're like, come on, let's face it. I have more toys here.
Yeah, yeah.
I
It-
feel, yeah. It's the nice weather though. It's the nice weather. I'm like, okay, I should go outside.
Mhm.
But today's a work day, so that's good. I have an excuse.
There we go. There. Yeah. It's always just blame it on the work. People get it.
Exactly.
They understand. Kids don't, but adults do, so it's fine.
I don't
Uh,
blame the kids though.
yeah, yeah. And when you were younger, did you ever have that need to just go outside, run and play?
I did. It wasn't necessarily to go outside per se,
Hmm.
even though like that's what happened. It was more so just to like honestly, it's gonna sound cheesy, but to like act out stuff, like just
Oh,
like acting out. Like I would love to like go to hang out with my cousins because we would like I'd get to be like, hey, we're gonna act out this movie.
again. Okay.
Yeah, and no, they'd love it. They'd love it because they'd feel super cool. And I'd be like, yeah, and this is happening. It's crazy. Like looking back, it's like so funny. I'm like, of course I'm an actor. You know, like I was like bullying people to act with me since I was little.
That's great. And now, I mean, bullying people. I don't want to say directors are
Okay, not
bullies.
bullying. I take that back.
Right, right,
Erase
right,
that
right.
word.
I'm just saying,
Persuading
persuading. Yes.
people.
But I feel like that's you got some director there too.
You know what? That is the truth. I really can't wait until I get to fully dive into that aspect of my career. I took some directing classes in college and I actually loved it. I love actors.
Mm.
I love pushing people to, you know, go to places they didn't think they were capable of and like embracing their talents.
Hmm. Hmm. And as an actor, it must be nice when you have an actor's director. Uh,
Oh yeah, it's so fun. It's so fun whenever I have, what they say, an actor's director. I just feel like I'm like, whoa, I'd like instantly know like, wow, my work's going to be so much better.
mhm.
Because I feel like I could trust them that we're not going to just move on if, I didn't do my job. You know what I mean?
Right.
We're going to wait until I get it right. Or at least they can guide me to a place where I could see outside myself and I'm like, okay, I wasn't doing that,
Hmm.
you know?
Has there ever been? And I don't want any names, but have you ever had a bad director experience?
I would never say it's a bad director experience because it helps me learn.
Mm, yeah.
Because at the end of the day, the craft is collaboration,
Hmm.
um, and it helps me become a better person too. Because uh, if there's a director that I feel like we're not artistically using the same language,
Hmm.
it helps me figure out who they are and like how can I adjust and adapt because it's my job as an actor to you know take on direction.
Right.
And I've had moments where I've had like, okay, wait, me and this director are not we're not really seeing eye to eye, or I
Right.
don't really understand what it is that they want. But by the end of it, like we have come together. It's
Mhm.
probably a better experience than an actor, a director that's like, okay, yeah, good, great.
And as somebody like yourself who's done shows, is it hard or not hard, but what's the experience of coming in day to day working on episodes with a different director? Is it just kind of I just found the groove with that director. Now I have to find another groove with this one.
Oh my God. I know when I first started, I was like, wait, this is what happens? I didn't know.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, we get a different director every episode? Because I know some shows they have like that, one director,
Hmm.
but for the most part, it's you get a different director every episode.
Yeah.
And you know what? I actually love it
Hmm.
because if you didn't have a good groove with the director, you have an opportunity to find a good
Hmm.
groove with the next. And also, I feel like the world is so interesting and each director is perfectly placed with each episode.
Mm, yeah.
Because it's like, even if there were struggles, which honestly there really hasn't been. I've actually loved every director I've worked with, to be honest, just because I feel like they were perfect for that episode for me in the role that I was in to get to the journey that I needed to get to.
Hmm.
It may not have been what I've been used to, or maybe not something I was comfortable with, but it helped me for that episode. It's strange. It's crazy.
Hmm.
I wonder if other people have experienced that. Like they're like, maybe this director with another episode may not have been the best, but with this episode, it worked.
Hmm. Well, it's so I mean I've been watching a lot of 80s and 90s content over the past couple of years and especially last year, and it's just so funny how filmmaking and television was just taken in a whole direction where they were just like, we need a director who can do it. How about the guy who is not suited for drama? Okay, perfect. Let's throw him in there. Or you hear a lot of these stories of how, oh, we need to do this. Well, I don't care, just do it. And then the
Mm.
director walks off. Just stories like that. I'm just, geez, how do those people get in those positions? But now you have the more passionate, the more work ethic. Friend, I don't know, I'm not saying no, none of them exist like that, but you do have the more caring people out there.
Oh yeah, I mean I wasn't around
Yeah.
back then, but yeah, for now it's like more competitive.
Hmm.
It's definitely more competitive, and you just feel I don't know. Every director I've worked with thus far has just been so like grounded and just like they know exactly what they're doing.
Hmm.
Like and maybe there's been like one or two where I'm like, what is happening? Or at least that's what everyone around me was telling me.
Mm.
Like for me it's less about like how I felt, but like what I hear around me. If everyone's upset with the director and I'm like, what's happening?
Right.
I don't understand, because like I said, like for me, I feel like my job is to adapt. I think that's the most important aspect of being an artist is to be open to change.
And it's because I remember we chatted a couple years ago, maybe it was 2019, but it's so funny to hear not only like there's been so much growth between from that interview to this one, and I've been following you ever since, and it's just been so
Mm-hmm.
great to see your growth.
Oh, thank you. I know. Did we talk about Roswell or was it just Grand Hotel?
It
I
was
can't
just
remember.
Grand Hotel.
Yeah, oh my gosh. It's been so much, right? That's happened. In
Yeah.
between there since Grand Hotel, I've worked on Roswell. I did a guest star on FBI and now
Mm.
Mayans. And I mean, it doesn't feel like that much time has gone by, but there has been so much time since then. It almost feels like that was a dream. Quite literally, it was a dream. It was a
Yeah.
dream come true. But now it really feels like a dream. I'm like, did that even freaking happen?
Well, and so were you doing the Mayans during COVID?
Yeah, oh my gosh. I was so grateful. Like, everything. I just finished filming season 2 of Roswell
Mm,
in like January, maybe, I think, or maybe the beginning of February.
mm.
And I was in LA and everything happened. And I was like, wow, when the heck am I going to work again?
Right, right.
Like I was just like, oh my gosh. And like I was just saying, like I loved being at home. That's totally fine. I did not have a problem with that. But I always have a problem with not working because
Right.
I
Oh, of course.
genuinely
Yeah.
love being on set. I love being on set. I feel like it gives me so much energy. It gives me another sense of purpose. And come, what was it? I think September. I got the
Mm.
audition for Mayans, and I booked it. And so I was like, wow, I'm going to be filming a show during the pandemic. This is
Hmm.
crazy. But I was so grateful. I'm like, wow, there's so many of my friends and people that I know that were booked on shows, and then the shows were dropped
Right, right,
because of the pandemic. And there's so many of my friends that are trying to get a job. And, with the auditions, I was just like, okay, let's say I book it, but when are we actually going to film?
right.
You know what I mean? I was just kind of like confused on what that process was going to be like. I was like, okay, so I'm auditioning. Are we actually filming anything? Or like, what's the point of this? Like, what's happening? And with Mayans, they were like, oh, we're doing this. We're doing this actually in a week. We're let's get the ball rolling. And literally such an amazing experience.
Was there a little bit of hesitation as far as the safety protocols and stuff like that?
On my end,
Yeah.
no.
No.
No, I was just like, let's do this. Like I figured they handle everything, but I was just ready to make art. Like
Mm.
I feel like art is so important, especially in times of uncertainty. You know what I mean? And I was like, you know what? I just want to give back. I want to be around people who want to create like storytelling.
Yeah.
And everything else didn't matter to me
Hmm.
in those moments.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, one of the things I've been asking people, especially since last year was what it was. Did you, during the stay-at-home order, did you find your creativity going up, or what did you basically do for that chunk of time?
I was cooking a lot.
Mm.
I was cooking a lot. I was catching up on shows, catching up on rest. I, you know, I allowed myself to quiet out the noise
Yeah.
of what was happening instead of feeding into it, because sometimes it could be really easy to like spiral and freak out and like lose yourself, or
Hmm.
and I turned to my other passion, my other purpose, which is animal activism. And
Mm.
I know that animals are trapped in cages all their lives,
Yeah.
and in an environment that they are not designed for, and are not eating the things that they should be eating, and aren't cared for and loved, and are not with their families. So I was just grateful that I had my health, and I was able to walk around. I was able to have food. I was able to watch TV. I was able to sleep in a comfortable bed because, you know, these animals don't have that privilege. And so,
Right.
so do a lot of people either. There are a lot of people, you know, that are in horrible conditions for whatever reason, and so I was just like, I was doing all the amazing things that I'm privileged enough to do,
Hmm.
like the little things in life that people say that they're bored of. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I was never bored once. I painted, did yoga, I cooked, FaceTimed many people,
Yeah.
did the live, the TikToks, visited family. I actually did a monologue competition with Leah Daniel Butler's, and I won.
Oh,
I was like,
yeah,
what
yeah.
the heck? This is crazy. What? So like acting always comes through for me. Like it always comes through in my life and helps me, you know, just like ground myself. It's insane. That was crazy. I did that submission last minute and I ended up winning the whole thing.
Nice. Did you have having this new enlighten and kind of taking a step back and seeing everything? Did you feel that enforced the way you approach acting?
Hmm. I guess so. It made me slow down a little bit.
Hmm.
It made me slow down. And I was going through a lot during the filming of this.
Mm,
It's been a really tough year outside of, what's happening in the world, which I feel like might have contributed, like we forget that we're all connected and we're all tapped into this
correct. Yeah.
force, this energy, and we may not realize why we're in a certain place, but it's because the whole world is kind of wonky right now. And I was going through a lot of personal things, and you know acting, filming Mayans helped me, but also it was really difficult for me to fully stay focused and
Mm-hmm.
like uh put work fully first, give it 100%. And so I was kind of forced to slow down and like be present while I was working, and the cast really helped me do that. They brought so much joy into my life and understanding, and you know Frankie Loyal, I got to have some deep talks with him, and he really like helped me through the whole journey. And now watching the show, I'm like, now I feel like I'm gonna be a better actor, because I'm like, wow, this cast is freaking phenomenal, and I'm learning so much watching them. And I'm like, oh my god, season 4, let's go!
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I am like more pumped than ever to jump into the next role, or to continue on, the story with Nails, because I feel like I've grown
Mm-hmm.
so much since the beginning of filming to the end of it.
And that obviously is a great feeling when obviously you start this character and you get to keep on going and take the character somewhere else and
Yeah.
creatively that has to be a good feeling.
Yeah, I haven't gotten that opportunity yet.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't brought a character on for 2 seasons. So we'll see. I haven't gotten the full green light yet, but I'm assuming, I Nils is engaged and pregnant at this point. So
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
fingers crossed. I come back, and I'm so excited to work and to just see everybody.
And it's hearing that you had a very supportive cast. I mean,
Mhm.
that's like that warms my heart. The fact that there's somebody who is just coming in fresh and yet they embraced you. That's just special.
Yeah, I was a little nervous about that. I was like, wow, okay, so they've done 2 seasons already.
Hmm.
I'm gonna mainly be with all the dudes,
Yeah.
and it's COVID, so there's this barrier. You know what I mean? I was like, wow, is am I gonna be able to like form relationships? Because for me, it's all about, I come from theater, so it's all about like bonding and friendship and creating together. You know what I mean? I would like to think of myself as a friendly person.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, a little nervous. I was like, what are the rules? What's happening? And not gonna lie, it was very different, just because things were very strict, and we did have masks on and people had shields on, and for the most part, everyone who was part of the crew, I had no idea what the heck they looked like because they had their masks on the entire time. And like our lead writer, Debbie, I didn't know what she looked like at all until like she was a part of this. She was one of the girls at the bar, and I was like, "This is your face." I was like, "What? This is what you look like?" Like, and it was such an interesting experience. But the guys, like from day one, like they have like this little office room they have at the bar that they all meet at. And I remember one day I was sitting there while they were waiting, and they were like, I think this is the first time a girl's ever been back here.
Yep.
And I was like, heck yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
Shit.
Look, you've been initiated, so therefore more nails.
Yeah, seriously, they were so sweet. They're a bunch of kids. They're so funny.
Oh, good. Good. And I wanted to touch on how is your vegan uh your vegan style going? Did you get to perfect any vegan foods during pandemic?
I did. There was like a moment in time where I was like, I am going to learn a new recipe a week. And that lasted for maybe like 3 weeks. But you know what? I learned how to make 3 new recipes.
Yeah.
I know how to make a bomb vegan lemon meringue pie.
Mm.
I'm not gonna lie. Like it's really difficult not to eat it all within a day or two, but you definitely don't want to do that because there's so much sugar.
Yeah.
But I'm not a big dessert person. I really don't know how to make desserts, so I learned how to do that. I learned how to do flan. I forgot what the other one was. I know I made lemon meringue pie like 3 times. It was so good. I was so impressed with myself. I was like, wow, I need to do it again.
Yeah.
I need to do another one. But I started juicing a lot more.
Mm.
I started juicing a lot more. I found like I found my quiet place, my therapeutic place by doing the whole prep for juicing.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
know, it's really fun and like you learn so much about like the nutritional benefits of everything.
That yes, it's so growing up as a kid, it's like, do you want carrot? Carrot, that's a vegetable. Get out of here. Get out of my face. But now it's just like, no, most vegetable, well, a lot of vegetables, I should say, they work better as juices, and it's just, oh, okay, I guess, yeah, give me some beet juice or something like that. Just stuff like that.
Heck
Stuff
yeah.
I would have never imagined, but yeah, of course.
Well, you've
Uh,
got to make it fun too, because
exactly.
sometimes it can be daunting. Like even for me, I'm like, yeah, that was so much fun, and I'm like, well, I want to eat a pizza, after tasting everything. You know what I mean? Like it's all about balance, and
Right.
like remembering that like this is not where it ends. Like if you really wanted to, you can actually eat food, like to not put that pressure on yourself. But I was always a big vegetable fruit junkie. I
Mm.
like those were my favorite. I always loved the fruits and vegetables. I never understood kids who didn't want that. I'd be like, "What? Give me that applesauce," or like I want the cucumbers and ranch. Like I
Yeah.
would be always about the veggies.
Oh man, the one, like, well, I guess it's a fruit. The one that I can just inhale that my girlfriend doesn't understand is tomatoes.
Really?
Yeah, I can eat a tomato like an apple. I'll just eat, because I just love tomatoes. I'll.
That is so funny. I used to be like that when I was really little. I used to
Mhm.
just eat them like apples. I started having them. I like heirloom tomatoes.
Yeah.
Heirloom tomatoes with some olive oil and salt and pepper on it. Fire. That's all you need.
It's like I'll put tomatoes on pizza. Like it doesn't matter. Like I just want extra tomatoes on everything, and
Hey, tomatoes on pizza is a normal thing.
I
Just
know.
FYI.
It is. I don't get. Yeah, I'm not a huge meat fan on my pizza either. Like I would rather have, give me the veggies. Load me up with veggies. I don't. I
Honestly, pizza is so much better with veggies.
it is. I
I was
don't.
never a fan of pepperoni.
Right.
Honestly, never.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't. I don't understand how pepperoni became the main thing, but
Real.
whenever I get a pizza, whether it's frozen or whatever, I I always just take off the pepperonis because I don't want them.
That
Just
was me. I would always take off the pepperonis and be like, who wants these? I
yeah.
was like the cool kid because I gave away the pepperonis.
There we go. There we go.
It
Cool
worked to my
kid.
benefit.
Convincing your friends to act. You did it all.
Yeah, I did it all back then. I did it all back then. I'm trying to live up to my childhood, like, expectation. I was a cooler kid back then.
Well, but also playing a character nails. I mean, that's like super cool. That's cool
No, Nails
points.
is so cool. And it's amazing because the fans of Mayans, they love Nails. They're so supportive. Like on
Yeah.
Twitter, like they're like, oh my God, is the cast gonna tweet with us today, please? And I'm like, this is amazing. I love it. Like I don't understand actors who are like, ugh, whatever, to like the
Right.
fans. Like I love it because whenever I watch my, favorite show, or if I'm watching a movie, if there was an opportunity to like chat it up and like talk shit with the cast members
Yeah.
while watching, I would be like, hell yes, that'd be so much fun. And so like, I like doing it too. I think it's so much fun just to hear what everyone has to say. It's very like, it feels interactive, you
Mm.
know,
Yeah, yeah, and
and they've,
also
they've been so accepting.
yeah, exactly, and it's the people that are watching the shit, like they're making sure you still have a job. Why don't you want to appreciate them?
Exactly. And like they've fallen in love with like Hank and Nails. Like they're like Team Hank. And I'm like, oh my God, I always wanted to be in a love triangle on screen. Like I'm like, this is happening. Oh my gosh. And my character's an idiot. She's going for the other guy. But
Mhm.
honestly, it's so funny. Like people will fight on Twitter and I'm like, y'all do realize that like this is all fake. And second, like I'm not that person. And secondly, like she's having a baby with this man. What do you mean this is her fault? She's not choosing the other guy. Like
Yeah.
it's his baby. Like it's so funny. It's a whole other show on Twitter.
That needs a show. The fans arguing about storylines and characters as if they are real.
Seriously, seriously. Sometimes they need to relax. I'm like, you cannot threaten people.
Yes,
Like
yes,
these
absolutely.
are
Yeah.
these are not the actual people. They're playing a part, you guys.
Yes, yes.
It's so funny.
It's entertainment. People, calm down, calm down.
Exactly. But that's how invested.
For the people at home who want to keep up with everything you do, catch the season finale of Mayans, or just uh, get your lemon
Meringue
meringue
pie.
pie recipe. Where can they do all that?
Yes. Well, the season finale is this coming Tuesday at 10 p.m. on FX, but you can binge watch season 1, 2, and now 3 on Hulu. And you can follow all things about me and my journey on Instagram. It's Justina, and my vegan page is Just in a Vegan Journey. And Twitter, I believe I'm Justina Adorno. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not even sure.
You you're
I'm only on Twitter when the show is out. That's
gotcha,
it. I'm
gotcha.
on the gram.
Yeah, Instagram is so nice. Um, but Justina, thank you so much for chatting with me. It was super. When I saw your name pop up, I was just yes, please. I'd love to chat with her because again, been following
Oh,
you ever since, and I love seeing your journey and just keep going.
thank you so much, Chris. I really, truly appreciate your support in all this.
Of
I
course,
can't
of
wait to
course.
talk to you about the next project.
Oh my god, I'm looking forward to it. All right, but you keep doing what you're doing. Keep staying safe and healthy, and keep making them
Same.
lemon ring pies. Okay.
Same. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.